Hey everyone, so this is our garden. You can see these marks in here. We actually use that subsoiler. We do some deep ripping for it. Helps get some of the nutrients back down there from whatever crop we had in here last, or vegetables in this case. And then we go back over it with the tiller, and that helps to actually smooth it back out, because you can see right now it's pretty rough and tall and everything else. So we'll go through it real quick with the tiller, and then it'll be ready for us to plant here hopefully in the next couple days. Good evening, everyone. We're going to plant our garden.
Wait, the whole thing?
A lot of it.
Inch depth.
Huh.
An inch in depth.
Okay. So obviously you've seen us till the garden the other day, and we just use the hoe. It's definitely not a straight line, but you can't tell because Gage is in the way anyway. But it'll be all right. Actually, I should probably fix that.
We're planting.
All right, so this is how we have our garden set up. We put, so you see these T-posts down here for our fence. They are spaced about 8 to 10 feet apart. And then we have our actual row marker down here. I use the hoe, which is right there. And all I do is I put it down, and then I look at the bottom of that T-post, and I just walk straight towards it. And it keeps the rows pretty straight. I actually learned that when I worked on grain farms in Southern Illinois when I was growing up. So through junior high and high school, a farmer that I worked for actually told, because I asked him, this was before they had self-driven tractors. They still had GPS at the time, but they didn't have a self-driving, so it wouldn't steer for you. And I asked him all the time, I was like, I don't understand. I was like, I don't know how you do it. How do you stay so straight? And he said, all you got to do is the first row you plant, you look at something that's all the way across the field, all the way on the other end. He said, just look at it the whole time. Don't look away from it. He said, you keep going straight like that, and the arm that's going to be out on the planter is going to set you up for your next row. So you do that, and then your row's straight, and then your guide row, or your guide from the arm that's on the planter, is straight for you to center the tractor on, and then you just continue to do that the whole time. Now, obviously, the first row you have to pay attention and just look straight at the other end, and then after that, all you do is you center your tractor on your guide row that the arm makes for you, and you can look right in front of you. You can actually look back and check on things, and it's not as bad. And then this right here is our high-speed planter. You tell it what depth you want the seeds at and how big a space you want, and she does it on her own. Takes her a little longer than the fancy equipment, but this one's not too bad. All you gotta do is feed her with room and board and a little schooling. But so we have corn here, we have corn there, we have Bella right there.
That's not corn.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
That's
green beans. No, those are green beans. So green beans, corn, corn. And then these are peas, honey?
Peas, snap peas.
Snap peas. So these are snap peas. And the next row is too?
Yeah, snap peas. And then
Okay.
Radishes will be next.
Radishes, and then we'll have lettuce. This right here is our new pup. This is Freedom. Yep. And then the other one right there is Phoenix. And then, of course, Old Faithful over here, Bella.
Come on, Freedom.
Gage playing with them. Anyway. So you see that every time that we do a row, I come through, whether before or after the seeds are put in, doesn't matter. I come through with this watering jug and I water the row down and then water again on the way back. I do that because once we cover it, so it's supposed to maybe rain tomorrow. So if it doesn't rain, there's enough moisture that's in the ground between what I put in there and actually the ground is not really dry underneath, so it's good. That should be enough to get the seed to emerge and start getting some root systems going, and then we should have rain before then. But we're trying to beat the weather right now because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and then I've got to work tomorrow. It's Sunday, so I'll work all day tomorrow. I'll be off Monday, and then Monday we're working on finishing up these paddocks. So we've got to split these paddocks up now. So we've got these 2 big paddocks that you guys have seen us do already. Well, now we're going to split them. So this will be split into 3 paddocks, about 5 acres each, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And then same thing on that side. It'll be 3 paddocks, and they're all going to be, give or take, about 5 acres.
Let's do carrots in the next one, not radishes.
That's the boss.
No, give me that. Rob.
Troublemakers.
Freedom! Come on, Daddy.
We're going to put you guys on time lapse.
Aren't you gonna...
What? Yep, I'm about to cover it up right now. For covering it up, all I do is I use the garden rake and I come down one side of it to push the dirt that's kind of hilled up on that side. It'll push that dirt back in, and then I do the same thing on this side. That way it gets a good even coat. I don't pack any of it down. That's actually why you've seen that we do the ripper. The ripper gets it to where nutrients and stuff can get down farther in the ground, and then it also can help dry the ground out because we get a lot of rain in the spring, obviously, like most other places. And then we come through with the tiller after that, and it smooths it all out and it gets it nice and fluffy. All that air in the soil will help to allow the plants to emerge because it's not compacted. So, all right. Well, as you can see, we're trying to beat that sunset, so we gotta get going. Hey everyone. So we got everything taken care of now. We have onions right here. This little stick right there is marking it. We have cucumbers in these first 4, squash, I believe, in the next 2, another set of squash, watermelons and pumpkins, and then this is all potatoes. We cover all the mounds, we cover in hay because it helps keep the soil temperature itself is warmer. Because of the fact that it's elevated, it actually is going to cool off quicker, so that's why you put the hay on there as an insulation. And then Chrissy's got radishes, lettuce, and carrots in that one row right there. And then this one here is carrots only. And then you already saw those, but it's too dark now to show you anything. It ran out of time, but it's the only way it's going to work. It's supposed to be a little cooler tomorrow, but it's supposed to rain, so that's why I wanted to get all that done. Glad you all could tag along though. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the videos. If you have any questions, post them in the comments below. Thank you. Have a blessed week. We'll see you next time. Hey everyone. I know it took us a while and it got dark real quick, didn't it? But just to kind of show you all the end result, all of this right here, so this row, you can see a little stick right there that's marking it, heading towards Chrissy's compost area, is onions. And then we have several mounds. Some of the mounds are, so like these front 4 mounds are cucumbers, and then the farther back you go, the mounds become squash, another couple mounds of squash, and then watermelon, and then pumpkins. And then this long hump of what looks like hay is actually ground that had been piled up higher. It's 6 inches deep plus another 3 or 4 inches of dirt on top. And then we put the hay on top of this, and then also on the mounds. The reason being is because there's still going to be some chilly nights, not necessarily freezing, but cool enough that it's going to stunt the growth of anything that you have growing. So the hay actually insulates it and keeps the warmth in, and it also helps keep moisture in too. And then Chrissy's got her radishes, some lettuce, the remainder of the carrots right there, and then this is a whole row of carrots. And then just like we talked about, this is peas, and then you've got another row of peas, another row of corn, another row of corn, and then these last 2 right here are green beans. Now, you're probably thinking, wow, those are really far spaced apart. And you can't see that actually. Hang on a second, let me move the light forward. All right, I know it got dark quick, but again, I work all night or all day and all night tomorrow, so I won't be able to finish this. So real quick rundown. This right here, from this stick all the way to Christy's compost pile back there is all onions. And then these front 4 mounds are cucumbers. The next 2 mounds right there are green squash and then the orange squash, and then watermelons, and then the last 2 are pumpkins. And then this right here, long row of hay, is actually, it's a mound all the way down of potatoes. And the hay is on top of all these mounds because the mounds are elevated above the ground, so they're gonna cool off quick. So like the nights when it's down in the low 40s, upper 30s, it's gonna kind of hurt those plants. So we insulate them to make it to where we don't have that issue. And then, well, let me move the light down real quick. All right, and then you got radishes. We got radishes, lettuce, then carrots, and then this row right here is going to finish off all the carrots too. And then what we talked about earlier with the peas, another set of peas, another corn, another corn after that, and then 2 more rows of green beans. Now you're probably wondering, well, hey, why are they spaced out so much? Well, a couple of reasons. One, our tiller fits just down this just fine. The other reason is when these green beans or the peas start fading out, we'll actually put another one right here in the middle, and then we'll do the same thing with we'll put another thing of peas right there, another one right there, and then corn, another one of corn, and then 2 more green beans in between. So basically it doubles our amount of being able to grow, because if we harvest it all at once, it kind of gets to a point where you don't have enough. It's hard to do with it all when it's all coming in at once, whereas if you offset it, it makes it a lot simpler. But anyway, sorry it got dark. Like I said, I work tomorrow, so I'll be at work all night, and then I'll be really tired on Monday. I am going to try to do more fencing on Monday, but we'll see how tired I am. Other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful week, have a blessed week, and stay healthy. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and please like the videos if you're enjoying them. Thank you.